Hello, welcome to my channel News Simplified. Today we are going to talk about a very important topic, that is export deficit in India. It is so important for the country because it ensures a dignified position of India in the global order. We are export import dependent country. We import a lot of goods from different countries for diverse needs of the country, for defense, for household items, oil, and a number of wide ranging items are imported to our country, and we are going to have a look at all of them. As you know, since taking charge as the Prime Minister of the country, our Prime Minister has been laying particular emphasis on raising export of the country through manufacturing and through Atmanirbhar Bharat, self-reliant India. A self-reliant India can ensure a dignified place in the world order. And that is why it is very important. And the Prime Minister is so conscious of that. His appeal to the nation, his appeal to the manufacturers, and the policies he has been pursuing are oriented towards a boost in manufacturing and reduction in imports from different countries. As you know, we heavily depend on China for a diverse range of items, from household goods like electronic items, kitchen appliances, fashion apparels, toys. If you ask an ordinary Indian, he will tell that we are, in a way, importing so many of items that we are not manufacturing in India. It looks like we are not manufacturing in India. We are not able to fulfill the requirement of the country, and this is why our Prime Minister has been very vocal on making in India. He has also called upon the Indians to use made in India items so that the money of the country remains in the country and not goes to the foreign hands. You have recently seen him speaking at different forums and appealing to the people. GST rate cuts, which are benefiting the end consumer, are also oriented to this very goal, so that people make greater shopping, and they also save money in their pockets for other needs. The Prime Minister has been very vocal on that front. Now we are going to have a look at many items that we import from China. There are consumer items. These are household consumer items like everyday necessities, from electronics, mobile phones, toys, fashion apparel, as I have already told you. They are called, there are white goods. White goods are those goods in economic terms which are in a simple language called electronic goods. It means TV, fridge, AC, and different items that we regularly use. We are also dependent on China for two critical pharmaceutical components. The first is Precursor chemicals, it means those chemicals which have a role of catalyst. It means if they are mixed with other chemicals, they produce another product, another byproduct. We are also dependent on APIs. What are APIs? A means active, P means pharmaceutical, I means ingredients. They are very important for manufacturing of pharmaceutical medicines like pills and potions and syrups, and so many of them are very critical. If they are not supplied to India from China, our pharmaceutical companies, which are famed for their grand position in the world, will collapse. One day they will collapse. They will stop doing business. On the front of rare earth metals, which are vital for batteries like lithium and ions, we are heavily dependent on China. Electronic devices, polysilicon. Polysilicon is an item which is used for solar plates, wafers, and solar cells. All these for the solar panels. We are heavily dependent on that from China. Even we are not self-reliant on fertilizers like urea and DAP, diammonia phosphate. We are heavily dependent on China. This is a very crucial requirement for our farmers, and the farmers have been facing hardships when there was a hold on Chinese exports from for these items like urea and DAP. In the recent months, in the Kharif season, you have seen that we had a crisis of urea and DAP in our country. We are also importing semiconductors for our gadgets like smartphones and uh, our laptops and computers. We are importing semiconductors as well. Although the country is moving very fast in the direction of making the country self-reliant on the semiconductor front, and we want to become an exporting nation in semiconductors. Let us look at Russia. From Russia, we import two critical items. So far as arms are concerned, this is the first largest country to export arms to India. Then comes Israel, around 42%, above 40% arms export is done from Israel to India. We are also importing 60 to 70% of arms and spare parts from Russia. Missiles and fighter jet components are also imported from Russia. Although we have diversified our imports, defense imports to France, US, and I have just mentioned Israel, which is the second largest arms exporter to our country. We are importing Rafale jets from France, Scorpion class submarines from France. France is also a key exporter of defense equipments to our country. Russian oil, which was 4% in terms of import in 2022, has gone up to 40% today. We are importing 40% of our petroleum requirements from Russia. Let us look at US. So far as the US is concerned, it is an exports market for India. Gems and jewelry are exported to US. Textiles, shrimp. We are always in the tight corner when it comes to H1B visas. They are so important for our tech graduates. They go to US to pursue a dream of earning in dollars, and every household in India wants their young ones to have green cards, US green cards, to work permanently or for a longer period in USA. And if it comes to apply for citizenship, the green cards are so important for them. We are also importing GE engines for fighter aircrafts like Tejas. GE engines, very important engine for our fighter aircraft Tejas. As I have already told you, 70% of all visa H1B visa holders are Indians, and we are receiving 27% of all remittances. Remittances are the money which is sent by Indian nationals who are working in other countries. They send back money from there to their uh, home country, it means India, and in this way they contribute significantly to the Indian economy as well. We are purchasing assault rifles, helicopters, missiles, reconnaissance. Reconnaissance means uh, the aerial photography and satellite photography, videography of the areas in times of war. They are so important for us. We are also importing cargo, fighter aircrafts, unmanned aerial systems from USA. As you all know, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been calling upon the citizens to contribute to the manufacturing of India. Indian manufacturing, if boosted to a robust level, it can give a dignified position in the world order, and we can pose ourselves as the leader of the world, the leader of the South. And with that, I want to remind you one thing more. When you are economically sound, when your dependencies on other countries are less, you have a courage to say to the world what you wish to say. Otherwise, your voice is staggering and stifled. You cannot boldly assert yourself on the global platform with a weak economy when you are heavily dependent on others like China. We cannot talk to Chinese in a tough language on border problems because we are dependent on China. We cannot talk assertively to the US because we have so many entanglements on economic fronts with USA. There are issues of tariff and issues of H1B visa, and we cannot talk tough on those fronts because of our heavy dependence on US for exports. We cannot adopt a tough posture on Russia when it comes to judge on Russia-Ukraine war. We cannot assertively tell any partner that we do not like this war to go on. We cannot just assert any force on them because of our dependence on them. When they will pull their hand back, we will be in a tight corner, and that is why dependencies are very crippling for our country and for India. If we want to talk to other nations in equal terms with dignity and clearly send our message to them, we tell them with force we must boost our manufacturing and reduce our imports. And with that, I finish the video. Thank you for watching it.